explicit alcohol content, guess what? It's hunting season. That's why I'm wearing all this gear, okay, folks? We are out. We're spirit hunting. We're hunting the bourbons, okay? We're going out everywhere. And we're finding stuff because guess what? We got a fun one going on today. But first, what's this? This is called a receipt, okay? And last episode, we had some people hating on your Bourbon Master here, okay? And, just for the record, here where we're at, Eagle Rare is just flying off the shelves. It is super cheap. And it is in the price range of $30 to $40. I got the receipts. Put it on there, producer. Okay, put it on the screen.
$37.
$37. 38, 39. It is
36.
definitely in the price range. Okay. Now, Rick did in that episode, in our last episode. If you haven't watched it yet, go watch it because it's a good one. Rick did clarify that, you may not be able to find Eagle Rare in the great price that we can because, we just have it in a plethora of it in our store shelves. Okay. So it's unfortunate for you guys, but the Bourbon Master is always right. Don't ever question the Bourbon Master because we're buying it for $40 here. It's the best $40 bourbon. That's all I have to say.
I agree with all of the YouTube comments.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the YouTube comments.
I don't like what you did.
Yeah. Just because you lose. Okay. I picked the best one.
I think that was a dirty kick to the nuts. In that
Eagle
episode.
Rare.
All I gotta say is, y'all gonna receive some cease and desist, and I'm suing y'all for slander. Okay, because the Bourbon Master can't handle the slanderous comments. That's all I gotta say.
Ooh, thin skin.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
wow.
My wife just has a wet shoulder right now because I was crying.
Don't nick yourself when you go out hunting.
Yeah.
You just bleed a little bit.
Anyways, now that the inside baseball is taken care of, because the Bourbon Master's got to take care of that. Got to keep the hounds at bay. Boys, we got something special today. we got Ryan, by the way. And we got Rick.
Yeah,
You got to do the normal intro. But what are we drinking? Take it out. Take it away.
It's crazy. I couldn't even see you for a minute.
Exactly.
It's
Yes,
just blending
exactly.
in so well.
Exactly.
Hold on.
Whoa,
see?
there it is.
Oh, there it
It's
is.
the hat.
Yeah.
It's always about the hat.
Yeah.
The
well,
deer.
evidently we have Eagle Rare and I didn't know it. Oh, so no, sorry. We don't have Eagle Rare today. We have some Maker's Mark, however. And we do have to do a shout out to our friend Scott, who shot a text and said, hey, just got a case of this in. Now, I want everybody to understand a case in this Maker's Mark Cellar Aged is 3 bottles.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's a tidy little case with 3 bottles. I may or may not have hit several people in crosswalks trying to get to the liquor store quickly enough. I'm not quite sure.
Rick's just racking up points.
Yes.
Not
And
a case, dude.
and the transaction happened in the parking lot with cash at hand, and there were several people watching the transaction. But whatever. We
bourbon deals.
did secure a Maker's Mark 2023 Cellar Aged. So this is a product that they're going to start putting out because they're done with their experiments now. So this is the first of what's going to be yearly releases.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and we've commented before on air about how svelte and nice the bottle looks. I mean, it's just sort of classy.
I mean, that bottle is freaking sick.
Yeah.
It's a dope bottle.
Yep, it's looking real good.
Yeah. That little slant at the bottom. Gotta love that.
Yeah, yeah. So MSRP is $150.
Holy
we got it for $155. So basically MSRP, which is pretty cool. It is going to be a little bit debatable. Like, people have been waiting for Maker's Mark to age their stuff longer, so they've complied. They've done this. But generally, there's a rough rule of thumb, about 10 years for every, in bourbon world, 10 years for every, or $10 for every year of age. And this is mostly 12-year stuff.
All right.
With a few percent or 20% 11-year. And so in that sense, it sort of breaks that rule a little bit because MSRP is $150.
Well,
But it's giving the people what they want.
it's giving them what they want. And I got to say, as a previous hater of Maker's Mark, it's nice to see them doing different stuff.
Oh,
broadening the range, just really opening up what they do because, they're all about the wood that they have. So let's see what that 12-year can do with the wood, which sometimes is too much.
Yeah,
so.
well, and I will get into that as we sort of smell and drink and stuff like that. The other thing that's sort of cool is There was one of these that this is pretty cool. It comes in that case of 3, and so Scott had.
Oh yeah,
this is so not everybody gets this.
A brochure.
A brochure, but it's quite interesting. I mean, yes, Left Side's marketing and their story and all that type of stuff. But this is 70% corn, 16% soft red winter wheat, 14% malted barley. They have the milling and the cooking, 3-day fermentation, a roller mill, column still distillation, low wine at 120 proof, double distillation, high wine at 130 proof, barrel entry at their typical 110 proof. So Maker's Mark has a fairly low barrel entry. This is 115.7.
okay.
So, but it's went in the barrel at 110, and then the bulk of it. I mean, they've even got barrel numbers and everything, and they're very known for their moving the barrels around the rick houses, like to try to keep that flavor profile. But we've got several different warehouses that are listed here. Again, I love it because it's transparent. But
Yeah.
I'm sort of nerding out. But basically, 87% of this is 12-year or older, and 13% is 11-year. What they have done, and then I'll be quiet and we can get into it. What they have done is it's basically a typical 6 years in their warehouses, rotating up and down. And again, I could bore you with the warehouses and stuff like that. And then, I think in 2016 they finished sort of like blowing out basically a room or a cave in the limestone on their property. And so then after the 6 years, this is lagered in basically 47-degree temperatures. That's why it's called cellar aged.
Okay.
So it slows down the process of everything. I'll be quiet.
Well,
Because again, I could keep nerding. It's cool stuff.
Which, I mean, that kind of aging thing, that goes to like Ireland, Scotland,
yeah.
because it's not anywhere close to as hot. So they can age it for way longer, and it's not going to just blast the wood into the liquid.
The just right away on the nose. I mean, it's wood, but it's sweet wood.
Yeah.
This is like very, very nice on the nose.
I agree. It's very pleasing.
And 115 proof, you said?
115.7, I believe. Yeah.
So the other thing to point out is, so they're famous for wheating. It's wheated bourbon.
Wheated bourbon, yeah.
But typically, the younger it is, the wheat's not going to have that much influence on the flavor profile. Like the corn takes the predominant flavors. But the longer that it's aged in barrels, the corn flavors kind of just die off.
Yeah, trail off, yeah.
And then whatever's left starts coming up. So a lot of bourbons have rye and barley and whatever. But this wheat is what's starting to come through a lot more, being 11 and 12 years old. And you can smell it. You can smell that wheat. And it is I'm not going to say unique, because there's other people that do wheated stuff, but it's not super common.
So is this just a standard Maker's Mark mash bill?
Yes, that is what they're known for.
Okay.
It's like, hi, we're not deviating with our yeast. We're not deviating with our mash bill. What we will deviate with is it's the wood or the wood stave.
Yeah.
They were known
Everything
for all
else,
their experiments
basically,
with their wood staves. And again, full disclosure, we were not of regular Maker's Mark. We're not the biggest. It's not horrible, and I know I have friends that's what they drink, like, but that wouldn't be our favorite. But when you get to their cask strength, and then the BEP, the BRTs, the stuff they were releasing, some of that was fire. I mean, they were really
won me over.
Yeah,
on their
they were
special
doing
releases for sure.
a great job.
And now that I've been sniffing this for a little while, I'm getting like this straight. What are those? The red candies?
Cinnamon, the little red hots.
Yeah, red hots. Like
really, because I am getting a cordial Christmas chocolate covered cherry with that white sort of vanilla stuff in it. You know what I mean? It's a chocolate covered cherry. That's on the
depends
nose.
on which nostril I'm going in from, and how fast I'm.
I heard it had Speedus.
No, Speedus. Hold on, one second.
Everything to do with it.
Oh yeah, yep. That's Christmas time. Right there.
So the proof comes through, but it's not overpowering.
No, I can
for how high
put my
it is.
schnoz in there.
Yeah, get the schnoz in there.
Yeah,
but it's got
a complex nose.
So this actually reminds me.
Oh boy.
This reminds me of really high end, like fine brandies, where it's a sweetness that's not just that really rich caramel sweetness. It's more subtle, but it's there. So it smells sweet, but it's not like just overpower, like cloying in any way, like some of the caramels can
Yeah.
get with bourbons. It's got that more refined, more Euro kind of
Mhm.
sweetness to it.
So I took a taste, and it just smacked me right in the face. And it was like would improve. We're just like, whoa, but pleasant. Once it mellowed out, it was very pleasant. So I'm gonna have to give this one another taste here.
Ooh, you know what? It kind of reminds me.
Mm.
It kind of reminds me of a combination of the BEP Maker's Mark, which was like toasted staves and that kind of soft sweetness, and then one of the BRTs, the 01, I think.
I think it's a good call on the toasted one because it does have that. It does have a toasted note, the marshmallowy kind of sweetness.
Yeah,
And
it's
smoothness.
softer. Yeah.
With a high proof though,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just it keeps going with that proof.
I was going to say, so for me, I've just had one sip, and I'm going to talk about the different flavors I'm getting, which are pretty amazing, but I'm getting a pretty good mouthfeel, viscous mouthfeel, and then it's been a while since I've had my sip, and the flavors, they just keep coming. Like it keeps giving.
Whoa! I just got like a weird pepperoni pizza note. What the hell's going on here? What'd you give me, Rick?
I don't know why you ate pepperoni pizza before doing the episode.
I mean, if we're gonna be doing these drinking, I gotta protect my belly. Gotta get that grease in there. That was weird. That like tripped my brain out. My brain's freaking out.
Okay. This is
Pepperoni pizza, right?
no. This is to me, it's some of my favorite things that they've done previously in special releases combined into one.
Yeah, this is a pretty complex, and also here's a hot take. This is the best 12-year bourbon I've ever had.
Ooh.
Wow.
I'd have to
So you're
think
talking
about
Knob Creek 12 and
No, this is better than Knob
Oh,
Creek.
well,
yeah.
I'm just throwing out different
This
when
is
you said
definitely
that.
better than Knob Creek 12.
1792 12
What's
year.
hilarious?
This is better.
What's hilarious is this is a Maker's Mark bottle, and I don't know if I've ever said this, but the wood is not overpowering.
Well, and so they
And
would
on
love
12
you.
year,
They
for
would
sure.
love you to say that because that's what they try. That's why they took it from 6 years in the Kentucky warehouses and put it into 47
And I think that
degrees.
was a really, really good idea.
100% nailed it.
Yeah, because
They absolutely.
you get everything with the wood, but it's not building up. Like the Knob Creek 12-year I've enjoyed and I've hated.
Yeah.
Sometimes the wood is just like, what the hell am I drinking? Or like, oh, this tastes so good. This is, I can easily say this is the best 12-year I've ever had.
I can't refute that.
This is, boy, it's
Ooh.
nuanced. I mean, it is really nice drinking, and it's complex. It's just not spiky in any way. It is very subtle and nuanced, but there's a bunch of different flavors going on there for me.
It's just a nice sweetness.
It's not, yeah, and it's not spiky, but it's so flavorful anyway.
It is.
And there's so much going on. I mean, this to me is more of like a Scotch experience where it's nothing crazy in your face, but there's so much little stuff going on that's kind of intertwining, and you have to try to like pick them out. This is bravo.
Wow.
This is phenomenal.
Maker's Mark.
Even when I swallow, there's just this nice richness, and it just keeps giving, man. But I mean, there's the typical bourbon notes for me of vanilla and things like that. But I'm still getting that chocolate cherry cordial with that vanilla oozy stuff in it and stuff like that. But there's a little spice, like that red winter wheat. There's a little tiny hit of that happening. That's just really nice.
Whoa. Having it like sit on my tongue for a little while, it is like you get some major spices. That's a pretty wild bottle. That's a lot of flavor. A lot of different types of flavors that you can get depending on where you put it in your mouth.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I'm kind of speechless. It's so good. This is so good.
It's just got this richness that just keeps giving to this luxuriant. It's just really luxurious. 3/4 of the way through. It just is still there doing stuff. It's wow.
Yeah, when this bottle's empty, I dibs it.
I got to give it up to him. I mean, when you start throwing out like $150 bottles, it's kind of like, well,
Yeah.
is this a marketing thing? Is it? I mean, they even sounds like a marketing thing, right?
Cellar
age. Like, ooh, kind of sounds like BS, but I get the reason why they did it, and I think it was necessary for them to put this bottle out.
I think so as well.
And it worked so well. Whoever's the visionary over there
Yeah.
nailed it.
Now,
And the
Maker's
blending,
Mark.
yeah.
Now you just need to start barreling things in some French oak completely, and then we can get some weird stuff. Okay. That's
Which
what I want.
wouldn't be called bourbon then.
I don't
which is
care.
Probably why they wouldn't.
I mean,
But that would be fun.
Give me some American whiskey. I want more things like Shanks. That's all I gotta say.
we have the dates here that they moved to the cellar, where it is in the rick houses, the dump date,
the
the
least
58.1%
opaque,
humidity at the,
the most
cellar.
transparency.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll take some pictures of that and put it up somewhere. I don't know if people can look at it.
That's pretty cool.
It
Yeah.
is very cool. So I think
I'm sure you can
like
probably
I-
find that online.
Scott, yes, my guess. I didn't check online because I had this.
Well,
right?
I'll find the link and put it in the description. How about that?
So would this be if I know it's sort of hard to get your hands on. I don't know how many bottles
This
they
is
produced.
a
or whatever.
bourbon hunter bottle.
Yeah, that's what you guys can't even see me. That's why we're doing this episode. We're hunting the bourbon.
Don Cena over here.
Exactly. I just smacked my microphone. That's how crazy this is. Got these big hands.
No, I mean, no one's gonna be looking for this or be willing to spend this money unless they're already in the game.
Yeah.
And if you're in the game, you've probably heard the rumblings or seen other people talk about this or whatever. It's worthwhile. It's 100% worthwhile.
We're out west, and this just showed up on our doorstep 2 days ago. Exactly. So
I mean, this is the best showing from Maker's Mark that I've had.
I was gonna ask that. Would you say this is Maker's Mark's creme de la creme?
It sure seems like it.
Like you have
I
the
mean,
special bottles that like they go more one way, they go more another way. This is this like I think you said it, Ryan. This is bring it together.
Yeah.
Finally, and boom.
Yeah. This is taking some of my favorite parts from other special releases, and it's all combined into one bottle.
Yeah.
And it would be hard for me to pick any of their other expressions over this.
Yeah, I mean, I can envision a few evenings where we pull out some of those unique expressions that we really liked.
Yeah.
For me, the BRTs 0 and 2 or 01 and 02 were better than
Fantastic.
yeah. But this seems to have some of the best of all worlds in it.
And as someone I'm a wood critic, I hate it when it builds up on my tongue. This is not.
It's not.
I am almost done, folks, and every taste is different, slightly different, something new. It's not just wood.
I was going to say the shame of this bottle is it's so hard to get and expensive, but it's so easy to have another one.
Yeah.
And I just really want another one.
Yeah. So DJ Khaled up in there.
Yeah, call me DJ Khaled.
Another one.
But you
The
can't.
best cellar aged whiskey.
You got to save it for special occasions.
Yeah, this
This is
is
definitely a special occasion whiskey for
It's
sure.
nice. It's too
If you
nice.
can if you're lucky enough to get your hands on it, and again, shout out to Scott. We'll have to give him a taste of it.
No.
If you're lucky enough to get your hands on it, even for the $150 price tag or whatever, I paid $155 for it. I'd probably honestly pay up to $200 to have at least one of these bottles.
That's
wow.
fair.
All right.
I'm sure secondary is like 1,000.
Yeah, probably. Don't buy it on secondary, folks.
Just never do that.
Never do
Well,
that.
that's
Just
right.
let it go.
Don't buy Eagle Rare for $150.
Yeah, don't buy Eagle Rare for $70. Don't buy Eagle Rare for $50. Don't do it. Get it for $35.99 like we do. Okay, folks? Your bourbon master knows what's up. It's the best $30 to $40 bourbon. Come on. Maker's Mark, you nailed it. Go out and get a Maker's Mark. The Cellar Aged. It is fantastic, folks. We're going to wrap this episode up. So you like it because this bottle is awesome and you love us. And then you subscribe because this season just starting, folks. boy, we're gonna be hunting some more bourbons, hunting some more whiskey.
Like a pig.
Yeah, until next time. Boom.